Hello, world. It's your girl, Bam B. And coming to you from my son's room. See, the background's a little bit different. If you end up hearing my son in the background, he is gaming right now with his friends. So sometimes he tends to get loud. So excuse that. But I was on my Facebook today, and one of my friends ended up giving me a really good idea on a video. So let's go right into it. He said I should do a video on deadbeat moms, which I figured was really good because you always hear about deadbeat dads and toxic guys and stuff like that, but you don't really hear about deadbeat moms. So I'm going to give some of my own perspective of what a deadbeat mom is. It can kind of apply to both deadbeat, mom or dad, or even like a toxic woman. But we're just gonna focus on the women today. I'm gonna give a little snippet on like when guys like even make jokes and they say, "Oh, I want to have a baby with you." I find that so disrespectful because like I'd rather you ask me to marry you. Hold on. Sorry, just flip the camera around. So, like I was saying, one of my friends gave me the idea of like talking about deadbeat mothers, not dads. Even though some of the things that I'm gonna say applies to both. I was actually sorry. Now I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about how people should probably be more concerned about like having a kid with someone than even asking them to marry them, because you can always divorce someone, but you can't just unparent, and unbaby mama or unbaby daddy a person. You're really stuck with that person for the rest of your life. I don't care. I hate when I hear people like, "Oh, you just gotta deal with them till they turn 18." No, no. A real parent knows it never ends. Once you have that child, it's to the death of you. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go into a deadbeat mom. I read up a little bit on a couple things, and I do believe that it all stems really because the mom just can't fathom that the dad loves the child more than they love them. Like, I don't even understand that. This is their child. Like, this 50% of their DNA is in this child. So how is it that you expect for him to love you more than he loves his own child? Anywho, so I think that's kind of like the number one thing. And so I think the mom grows this kind of like resentment towards the child, right? And the dad. So then they try to use different types of tactics. They try to convince other people that he is not a good person because they don't want to seem like they're crazy. So it usually starts off with, "Oh, he's abusive. Oh, he's a deadbeat, or he's a sperm donor." Those are kind of like key tales. Like if someone is telling you that this person is a deadbeat and a sperm donor, but you always see this guy trying to make an effort to see their kid, that says a lot about the person. I'm not a money driven type of person. So just because someone isn't paying child support doesn't necessarily make them a deadbeat. Okay? Because not everybody has the means to pay child support. Child support is fucking expensive. But if that man is making sure that anytime that he is able to have his child, he has his child. If he is taking it upon himself to call that child on a regular basis, that makes him a good father too. Like, everything cannot be based off of money, because there's a lot of women out here who make way more money than a man does, but for some reason they just still need more money from the guy. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with child support, because I have child support too, but I would rather my kid's father spend time with his kids versus giving me the child support, because money can't buy love. It just can't. And the kids aren't going to remember a freaking bike that he bought them versus him taking them and spending time with them, quality time with them. So let's go back to the toxic mom. She'll try to find another dad, to, and I don't really think it's to really play stepdad. I think it's more to just piss off the real father, and get under his skin. I think that's more what it's about, because I don't really think it's because she wants a stepdad for the child. If she was looking out for the child's best interest, then she would be more concerned with making sure that the child has a bond with their actual biological father. Um, like I said before, they use abuse. That usually is their first tactic. Like, oh, he abused me. Oh, he abused the child, or he talks to me a certain way. So they run to the courts with this so that they can get full custody. Because the only way you're going to be able to get full custody is you literally have to prove that the other parent is a piece of shit. Okay? And since the system is made, at least here in this state, is made for the woman, yeah, 9 times out of 10, just a story like that alone, you probably don't even have to have that much evidence, but just a story like that alone is going to make the courts go in her favor versus his favor. A deadbeat parent is a parent who puts their own selfish needs before their kids. That goes for any type of parent, whether it's the mother, whether it's the father, but we're talking about moms, right? Oh my God, this is the biggest thing. They use the kid as a pawn. This like so pisses me off. So they try to dictate when you could pick up your kid, when you can't pick up your kid. Oh, you didn't pay your child support, so you can't pick your kid up. Like we all don't have bad weeks or bad months where it's like, look, I had to pay a little extra on my car, or I had this extra bill and I just couldn't come up with the child support. Like some chicks just be looking for any reason to be like, no. And they'll let anybody else stay with the kid. But God forbid it's the father staying with the kid. They don't want the father to stay with the kid. Talking bad about the other parent in front of the child. And, okay, this one right here, I'm not going to act like I never did this, right? Because I'm human. But I really try to make it a point not to sit here and be talking shit about my baby daddy. Like, it's just dumb and stupid. Like, if I need to vent, I can go to someone else to go vent about their dad. I don't need to be venting to them about their dad, right? Because usually it's like a vent session, like, oh, he pissed me off or some bullshit, right? But like literally talking shit about him, like, oh, he's a piece of shit. Or even like when they discipline him, they'll hit him with the, look, you're dumb just like your father. Like, do you know how damaging that is? Like, trust me, this I know from personal experience. And I'm not talking about my kid's father, but my father was a piece of shit. And he definitely would say that about my mom to me. Like, so yeah, and that's something I will never forget. Like, I will never forget. I could probably remember the first time he said it to me and the last time he said it to me. So it's very damaging. Keeping the kids from him, obviously, for whatever reason. And they lie about him. They literally lie about them just to make themselves look better. Because God forbid, you don't want to make yourself look like you're a bad parent too. So you need to let everybody else know how fucked up of a parent this one is. Like, say he has a new girlfriend. Okay, so these are the toxic ones, right? The ones that everything is cool as long as you don't have a new girlfriend. But once you have a new girlfriend, oh no, I don't want her to meet him, and oh no, you're just trying to replace me. Like, first of all, if you are a parent, you know you cannot be replaced. I don't care how good that other person is. Your kid loves you, and your kid knows that you're mom, okay? Even if they call her stepmom, even if they call her mom, you don't need to be insecure about that. If you know you did what you needed to do, you don't need to be worried about the next one. You know what I'm saying? Only a deadbeat, toxic person would have to worry about that. What else do I have? Yeah, I'm just gonna go back because I really truly believe that women who use their kids against their father, I think it really goes back to the fact that they're mad that the guy obviously can, number one, probably move on without them, but also move on without them and still be a great dad. Like, I never understood that. I'm not one of those people. I'm all for like my kid's father being in their lives. I know that typically when you get into a relationship, dynamics might change a little bit, but it still shouldn't change the way you parent. It's okay to want to meet who's going to be around your kids, but just be careful the way you talk about the other parent to the child. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has to vent, but don't be venting to your child. I had this thing with my son where I told him, because I found myself doing that. Like I said, I'm not perfect, right? So I found myself like, I don't want to be sitting here talking shit. And I don't want my baby daddy in my business. So I told my oldest son, I said, my business is my business and your dad's business is your dad's business. So one day, I found myself kind of being nosy or whatever because I thought he was talking to somebody at the daycare, whatever, right? And so I asked him, I said, is your dad talking to someone in the daycare? He was like, hey, Ma, not for nothing, but your business is your business and dad's business is dad's business. And I was like, you know what? You right. Like, he dog checked me, you know what I'm saying? But I like my kids to check me and stuff like that because I'm a realist. And, he wasn't meaning it from a bad place. I actually told him to do that for me. So I was all right with that. But yeah, I don't think you should be a toxic parent. I don't think you should be a deadbeat. I think we all not all of us, but I know I've had my moments where I might have felt like I was a deadbeat mom, like, I don't know. I found myself going out every weekend, right? But that didn't mean I wasn't a hell of a mom Monday through Friday. And mind you, I'm not all day on Saturday or Friday. I was just out for a couple of hours, okay? Like, and I'm not gonna say my kids ain't never seen me drunk, but it's only been maybe like I can count on my hands how many times my kids have probably seen me like that. And that might be bad for other people, but damn, that's fucking good for me. So I just don't like to sit here and act like I'm perfect because I'm definitely not. And I know sometimes I felt like I might have not been doing what I need to do. Like, if you're not in your kids' lives when they're young, and I did that like with my boys and partially with my girls too, because their dad was like a stay-at-home dad and I just made more money at the point. So it was logical for me to just bring the bread home, right? But I missed so much from that. And like, my kids, even though, I was around, like, I'm sure there's a lot that they don't remember because I wasn't around. Like, their dad was the one who was around. And that might have not seemed like I was being a deadbeat at the moment because I was working and I felt like, oh, I'm fine. At least I'm bringing money home. But by the time I got home, I was so tired. I wasn't spending time with them. I didn't know how to manage my money to really just be like, okay, on the weekends, we're going to do this. Like, I wasn't doing that. And now I think more that I don't have a job, I've learned to be like, no, my kids really do need me. And actually, that's why I left my job, is because I seen how much my kids really needed me. So I don't think I would, it was just a 9 to 5. It wasn't even like I was doing anything crazy. But that job was very draining. So I don't think I would put myself in a position again to go into something that is draining me like that so much that when I come home, I don't even want to deal with my kids and I don't want to deal with my life. And I'm just like, oh, whatever. I just want to lay down and do nothing with my life. Like, I don't ever want to get into any type of career that makes me do that. If anything, like, let me be a broke ass bitch if that's the case. Like, I don't care. You could judge me if you want to judge me, but I just rather not live that life anymore. I'd rather be here for my children when my children need me. And if I need to go out and I want to go out, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. Like, I just try not to be so hard on myself like I used to be. And I think we all might have our little moments where we feel like we could always do a little bit better. I like to not just blame other people or look at other people or judge other people. I also judge myself. So this is the reason why it might sound weird to you, like, why are you calling yourself a deadbeat? Like, because like, I know I had my moments where I was like more focused on work than I was in my children or in my baby daddy. And so that could have been reasons for us not really working out because I wasn't even paying attention to him. I was so fucking consumed in work. And I thought that was the right thing because at least the bills were getting paid, when in our reality, a fucking job will leave you at a drop of a dime. And then now you got this whole family who barely even knows you because you're always on edge from your fucking job. So with that being said, send me your feedback, send me your comments. I'm pretty sure there's going to be women out there that's like, how could you talk about deadbeat moms when you're a female? Like, yeah, because we love to think that shit don't apply to us sometimes when we're probably like the worst fucking people that fucking do it. Like, we would probably scar our kids more. And not to say that a father isn't just as important, but we would scar our kids more than a dad probably would. And I say that to say this. Most of the men that I know, because I'm saying that I know, are great fathers. Like, I know a lot of guys that have custody of their kids. And then they sit there and have nothing but highly good shit to say about their baby mama, or they don't even talk shit about their baby mama. Where I know a lot of fucking bitches that will sit there and talk hella shit about their baby daddy. Hella shit. Not to say that they don't have the right to, because, you know, they're being deadbeats or whatever. But I'm saying there's men in the same situation who won't even sit there and talk shit about the woman. They just want the woman to be there for the kid because they see the damage that it's doing to the kid. When you sit there and you make a promise and you say, hey, mommy's coming, and then mommy doesn't fucking show up. Same shit. The same way a mother could sit there and be like, daddy's coming, and then daddy never fucking shows up. Now he got to sit there and wipe the tears and be like, it's okay. But daddy can't feel what a mama can do. Just like vice versa. So we can't sit here and act like we're immune to all of the shit. And we give guys all this flack about being a dad when we're not even letting them be dads. So anywho, till my next video, like, share, subscribe. Give me your feedback. Till later. Bye.